What is up, everyone? It's Anthony Morello from Morello Sports, and today it's the first video in a while. I don't even know if I really ever have, designated a video to talk about the Mets, but I feel like today is a good day to talk about the Mets. Since they just got swept by the Cleveland Guardians, and they've been an absolute mess, let's just say, over these last, I guess month we could say. After that little stretch, they were half decent. They've just been absolutely horrific. I'm just going to go over everything. I'm going to talk about if they should, trade Alonso, who maybe they can trade, the fall off of Diaz. We're just going to go over all that. Before I start talking about the Mets, 95 subscribers. We have hit it. We are 5 away from 100 subscribers. If you're watching, tell someone to subscribe. We are going to hit 100 within the next 2 weeks. 100 subscribers special and a bunch of other things, as there will be a video tomorrow. I'm just going to be talking about the future of this channel. School's over now, so now it's time to actually grind. I know I've been saying it. It's just I've been trying to, but, just the time restraint that I have, I want to make really good videos. I don't want to be putting out absolute dog shit for you guys. So because of that, now's the time. I'm going to have the time. I'm going to probably be working over the summer, but it's going to be a lot better, going to school. I'm out of the house 7 a.m. in the morning, then getting home at 3. Then, I love taking naps because, I never get sleep when these NBA games are on at 1 in the morning. I mean, then I go to the gym, and it's hard to, get videos out. Now it's going to be time to actually lock in. So the Mets. Right now, I'm just going to look up what they are. They are 21-28, and they are 4th in the National League East. They are 16th in runs, 19th in on-base percentage, OPS. Batting average, they're 17th with 237. Total base, they're 15th. Home runs, they're 51. So, they're kind of middle of the pack when it comes to offense. They're really not anything special, but they're really not, bottom of the barrel. But that's just how it is for them. I mean, they're a solid team. They have guys, that can hit. They have guys that are capable of hitting a lot of homers. Guys capable of, driving a lot of runs. Look at Pete Alonso. He's going to drive probably 100 runs this year, even if he's, batting 210. It's just how guys are. He's a slugger. Their pitching is honestly, their starting pitching besides Hauser has really not been that bad. I mean, looking at the ERAs right now. I mean, Minaya 3.11, Severino with 3.48. Definitely respectable. Quintana 5.1 after his horrible start today. I mean, that was lower. That's probably, maybe I could backtrack a little bit what I just said. Christian Scott's young. He's a 4 ERA. Whatever, respectable, I guess. McGill's coming back. He has a 3. And they still have Senga. So, they're not terrible on the pitching end. But they're just not a team. And this is just with the Mets. They're just not a team that, ever plays well consistently. Something always happens to them. Last year, Diaz got hurt. The year before, they lose in the wild card round to the Padres because Max Scherzer was an absolute obliteration, let's just say. But this year, it starts with the guys being paid the most. They paid Edwin Diaz. He's making a lot of money for a closer, and he's been, nothing short of an embarrassment. Not really an embarrassment, but I guess we could say an embarrassment. And just an absolute horrible signing so far. I mean, he's not been what he was. They sign him. He gets hurt at the World Baseball Classic. Now this year, he's just absolutely horrible. He's blowing saves. He's allowing runs. His velocity's down. His fastball. His off-speed's not moving as much. And look, he's been blowing saves. He's getting losses. And, that's just not what you want, out of a guy like that. It's bad enough that Reed Garrett's pitching better than him, but Reed Garrett's not even that bad now, apparently. I don't really know, how that came to be, but he's not very bad. And Jorge Lopez isn't even that bad either, in my opinion. See what his ERA is right now. 2.25, absolutely respectable. Solid ERA for him. Diekman with a 3.86. Sean Reed Foley has a 1.42. So it's really what's wrong with this roster? I think it's really, it comes down to just inconsistency and their hitting. Their hitting is absolutely horrible. Brett Beatty is absolutely horrific. I mean, I don't know. He had a nice stretch of time where he was half decent at the beginning of the season. And now, again, he can't even hit a frickin' beach ball. The one guy, though, that actually, and I don't know why Mendoza, their manager, is not playing him, like, every day. Mark Vientos, he hits the ball fucking hard. He fucking crushes the ball, but he doesn't even have, like, that solidified starting job. He's kind of on a platoon with Beatty. He should be playing every frickin' day. Every day. And you have guys, Jeff McNeil, I was about to say Jeff McFeeble, watching too much of Frank Fleming. I mean, I know he's hit 2 home runs in the last 2 days. Oh, God, though. He is just, oh, my God. And he won the batting title ever since then. Oh, my gosh. He's terrible defensively. He's terrible with the bat. He doesn't even hit for average anymore, and that's what he is. He's an average hitter. I mean, when you're hitting 224, it's really only acceptable when you're hitting a crap ton of home runs. This guy's not doing any of them. He's not doing anything besides just popping out to second base. They do need Alvarez back. I mean, Nito's really not been doing that bad of a job, but definitely need Alvarez back because right before he got hurt, that's when the Mets won 2 games against the Dodgers. Honestly, they were not really that bad of a team. They were actually hitting the ball. They were scoring runs. Timely hitting was good. They were getting guys on base. And then once Alvarez got hurt, I mean, I don't know what happened, but they have been horrible since then. Since like April, I mean, they've probably been 350 winning percent team. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, Diaz with a 5.5 ERA I'm seeing right now is not going to help, obviously. Vientos 357. I mean, I know it's very limited at bats, but he should definitely be playing. Definitely. I mean, that's just what he should be doing. And Francisco Lindor, let's just talk about him. He's a guy that's making north of $30 million a year. And he's been nothing short again of just it was the same thing last year. And honestly, last year he had a solid season. If you look at his, the back of his baseball card, not that bad. He was a lot better in the second half of the year. But like a lot of Mets fans say, he always does well when the pressure's off. When they're eliminated, and that's when he actually, hits the ball and puts Lindor-like numbers up. He's back 203 this year, 7 homers, 23 RBIs. I mean, it's terrible. His OPS is probably 634. Horrible. For a guy making $31 million a year, I mean, Yankees, I'm a Yankee fan, obviously. We complain about Stanton all the time. Stanton's a lot better than that. I mean, he's been horrible. And Nimmo batting 220 is not helping either at the leadoff spot. So it just seems like nothing's going right for the Mets so far. Absolutely just nothing's going right. Pete batting 236. Honestly, you can live with that. His OPS is 779. You can live with him batting 236. I mean, league average is only like 240. So 236 for a guy like him who hits homers, whatever, fine. That's acceptable. Marte batting 260, but he's been horrible lately. He had a very nice start to the season. I've got to give him that. Bader surprisingly batting 281. I mean, solid. But he doesn't play every day. We already talked about big deal. And then you're relying on guys like DJ Stewart and Tyrone Taylor, which, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get every day from them. I mean, DJ Stewart's really only on the team because of August 2023 last year where he was actually half solid. But other than that, these guys have just been... This offense has just been horrible these last few days. I mean, their numbers are probably inflated because that week they were actually half solid in April when they played the Dodgers. The thing that really, I think, though, that, sets the Mets, that really puts the Mets down, it's just, and it's the same thing with, Aaron Boone last year. I feel like the lineup's different every day. You have DJ Stewart sometimes leading off. Like, I'm a full believer on, you got to keep the lineup consistent. But really the big reason, it's just the underperformance. It's just underperformance from a lot of guys. And I don't even think it really is underperformance. At the end of the day, it is underperformance, but it's not at the same time. Like, these guys are really not... They really have, the Mets are really, last year also, they really weren't that great of a team. And why I'm saying, it's underperformance, but at the same time not underperformance. And Lindor was also horrible last year at the beginning of the year. He was absolutely horrible. And then once they were out of the race, that's when he actually started hitting, like I said 2 minutes ago. So they have a big decision to make. They buy or sell. I mean, obviously not going to buy. They're not going anywhere. When they have the Braves and the Phillies in their division, they're not going anywhere. Especially when the Nationals are, I think still, they're kind of bad now. But they were solid. I think the Nationals are a better team than the Mets, if I'm being completely honest. They're not going anywhere. The highest they're finishing in this division is third. And with a lot of other teams, like the Cubs or, second place in other divisions, not really. The Padres are 25 and 26. And the funny thing about all this is the Mets are only 3 games out of a wild card spot. Just how bad the National League is. Besides, the top heavy teams. They only have 5 teams that are above 500 in the National League. So they can easily sneak into the wild card, but I doubt it. I think they're going to sell. They're just going to get worse. I think they should trade Alonso. Why haven't you signed him already? I think if they really wanted to keep Alonso, they would have already, taken care of that. They would have signed him already. They already offered Yoshinobu Yamamoto $325 million. So they could definitely, spare $180 to $220 million because the first base market is down. It's not as high as in the shortstop market. Pay Pete Alonso. If you want to get Pete Alonso, pay Pete Alonso. I don't understand why it's taking so freaking long. So that's why I do think they're going to trade him. Now, teams that I think could get him, I've seen the Cubs, the Yankees, but they're not going to trade with the Yankees. There's no way they're going to give Pete Alonso to the Yankees. Now, I'm just going to look up right now. Pete Alonso, trade destinations. Tampa Bay Rays. I don't see that. All right, let's see. The Angels, I doubt it. I doubt the Mariners. I doubt the Yankees. I could definitely see the Red Sox going out of their way and getting him. I don't think the Padres are going to get him. I could definitely see the Giants getting him. The Giants definitely. Because they've been missing out on a lot of stars lately. The Cubs. And of course the Mets. They probably should trade Alonso before they lose him for nothing. I do think he still has a good amount of value. I think they should also trade JD Martinez. And a lot of those guys on one-year deals, like Minaya, Severino, just get rid of them, get something for them. It seems like the Mets are trying to stack prospects. Now, it's another thing I'm going to talk about. Is the prospect situation. All these Mets fans, all they do is try to hype up these prospects, saying, these guys are going to take over the franchise. Steve Cohen literally paid $85 million to get rid of those 2 guys last year. It's 3 prospects. Now, Luis Angel Acuna, I'm just going to look him up right now. You look about MLB.com, these are his stats. See if I can make the camera focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. 242, 2 homers, 15 RBI, 628 OPS. Do you think that's a guy's ready for the major leagues? Now, I understand. I totally understand that, they might not be ready yet. Totally. I totally understand that. The Mets fans are acting like these guys are going to save the franchise. You already have a cornerstone in Lindor. They should have already signed Alonso. You have a lot of guys underperforming. I think they should definitely pay the kids. They're going to be contributors. But they won't be saving this franchise. I don't see that at all. He's struggling in AAA. I don't think he's ready yet. He's not ready yet. Fans are saying, get him up now. You don't want to rush that process. I probably said it a little wrong. You don't want to rush the process. Maybe they will save the franchise. We don't know. That's why they're called prospects. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to save, this franchise. I just don't see it. Now, with those other guys, we got Ryan Clifford. Now, he's in Binghamton. And he's batting 189, 1 homer, 10 RBI, 643 OPS. And then we got Drew Gilbert, who was hurt before. And he's batting 240. Like, big deal. So Steve Cohen's paying these guys $85 million basically to have these guys in their organization. And they've been doing nothing. They've been doing nothing besides disappointing. And I get it, they're prospects. But, these guys should be excelling. They gave away 2 Hall of Fame caliber pitchers for these guys. And they really have not done anything yet. Hopefully, I pray to God they're solid by, the end of their, when they should be getting called up. But I doubt these guys can be that great. Like, they're not going to be cornerstones of this franchise. You're going to be lucky to get one of them to be a cornerstone. So I think what the Mets should do, just let this season ride out. Trade some of these guys, let it ride out. Come back next year, maybe have some kids, and have some type of resurgence. I think that's what the Mets should definitely do. Will they do that? Who knows? Get rid of these guys like McNeil, Marte. Get rid of those guys and have a resurgence with younger players. That's what I think the Mets should do. They should just restart. I mean, you're going to have to keep Lindor. No one's taking that contract. I think get rid of Alonso, get a few prospects for him, and start over. Because they're not going to win a championship in Alonso's time frame. Let's be honest. So let's get guys that are, younger, make them younger, and play better. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow again, I'll be posting a video on, just some announcements on the channel, stuff like that. But other than that, let's go Rangers tonight. I'll put the hat on for a second. My hair is a mess right now. Let's go Rangers. This hat's fucking huge, but it's fine. Let's go Rangers tonight. And, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.